They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Greg and I, back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this.
Two jet. Here we go.
Now, faking the give. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
They get 18 yards on 4th down and a fresh set of downs.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control. And
that's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And we try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter.
I think this is one of those interceptions, Mike, that when the ball left his hand, he simply just didn't even see the corner. And now they're playing what they call cover 3. So that corner, he's responsible for the deep outside third of the field. And he's just playing in space, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he just threw it right to him. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but
the pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. Clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll air one out for Higgins. That is brought in. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
Oh, shit.
Huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
They will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
Now Seattle will use the final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw on first down is Darnold. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
On second down, it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they won't let him get away. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and long. Here's Darnold again. That's complete. It's JSN.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Do you believe it? He's going to return the missed field goal all the way for a kick six. 103 yards. Touchdown, Houston. So now that late touchdown, not only will they take the lead to the locker room, they're going to try to extend it by 2 more. And he gets into the end zone. A perfect finish to this half. They get the touchdown on the final play and top it off with a 2-point conversion. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Down the field, he's got Barner. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. First and 10.
And the Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Darnold to the air once more. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the
On
30-yard
play action,
line.
here's Darnold. He's going to look deep, going to Cup. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. They try to work the screen with Mixon. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First down.
11.
Stroud to throw here on first down. To the right side, and Kurt's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. From the 48-yard line, here's second and 4. They'll run it, and it's the USC man, Woody Marks. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They're down and 3. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This is hot. He's got the connection to Collins. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
22 yards. First down, Houston.
Here we go.
On play action, Stroud flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And the Texans are going to be set up first and goal. Tackle made at the 9.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
They'll try to set up the screen here. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal at the Seahawks 12-yard line.
So it'll be second and goal when we return. We are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Going in the wrong direction. Now second and goal from the 12. From the gun, here's Stroud. Rolling right. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on third and goal.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Stroud. This is caught at the 2.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
And this one online, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Darnold down on first and 10. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. At 3, third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
47-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll go play action with Stroud. He'll air one out for Higgins. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And a good return here as he is out of bounds up at the 45.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have...
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And the Texans are going to take possession.
Darnold's pass intercepted. The Texans take over first and 10 at their own.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's going to try it here again. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down.
Hey, no more. Here we go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. This one. Downfield. Taken in by Higgins. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball.
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Let's see what they do here. This is fourth and long. They'll drop to throw. He'll air one out for Higgins. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Going to give the ball over on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big time.
Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception.